Hello. Welcome again to Whispering from the Rowan Tree, that place for stories that don't just soothe but speak the truth. And through the voice of Nell Rowan, we are going to meet life as it really is, this time gentle sometimes and sometimes not. This story is different. It's not designed to make you feel better, but to help you see more clearly. This tale is about ego. Not the surface confidence, but the deeper pattern that leaves harm in its wake. It's about the damage done by those who never looked inward until it was too late to repair what they'd broken. This is when the ego sat at the table. Settle in with me and let the truth unfold. He arrived at Rowan Cottage under instruction, not invitation. He had not asked to come. He'd been told to. He wore the look of a man used to being heard before he'd even spoken. Tall, composed, buttoned up. Not young, but not yet old enough to be dismissed. His shoes were expensive and his eyes colder than the wind off the fells. "I won't be long," he said, standing at Nell's door. "I've been handed this letter and told you would help me make sense of it." He didn't hold out the envelope, he just dropped it on the table like something that had insulted him. Nell poured the tea slowly, giving no comment to his tone. "You are welcome to sit," she said, "but what you will hear might stay longer than you expected." He did not answer, but he sat. Nell picked up the letter and opened it with care, though it had clearly already been read. The first lines stuck like stones. "You always said you never hit me, so you couldn't have hurt me. You said I was lucky, that I didn't know what real suffering was. But the bruises were just on the inside, where no one could see, where I live with them every single day. You speak with your voice, but your ego walks in the room before you. It explains away everything. It's louder than apology, sharper than truth. And you never once asked me what it felt like to be your daughter." Nell's eyes stayed on the final line for a moment longer than needed. She folded the letter, placed it gently on the table. "Your daughter," she said quietly. He cleared his throat. "That's her opinion." "No," Nell replied. "That's her truth." He leaned forward, arms crossed. "She was always dramatic. That's how she got attention. I never laid a hand on her." "No," Nell said. "You just never reached one out." He shifted, bristling. "I built everything for that girl. I stayed when her mother didn't. I paid for her school, her counselling, her choices." "You paid," Nell said calmly, "but you didn't stay. Not where it counted." There was a pause, long enough for the wind outside to be heard, brushing across the eaves like something old and listening. He tapped the table. "Are you reading tarot or just judging?" Nell rose and stepped to the side dresser. She pulled the worn deck from its wooden box and returned to the table. "I don't judge," she said. "But the cards, they hold a mirror." She shuffled and then laid out 3 cards face down. "Shall we?" He nodded. She turned the first card. The devil. Well, that's subtle, he scoffed. Nell didn't smile. This isn't about demons or religion. It's about chains, invisible ones. The beliefs you protect at all costs, even when they strangle somebody else. He looked away. The devil speaks in ego, in control, in I did this for you. But the chain isn't real. You put it there. And you're the only one who can take it off. She turned the second card, the tower. This time, he said nothing. The moment when it all collapses, Nell said softly. Not because someone attacked it, but because it was never built on truth. He looked pale. The kind of pale that comes from the inside out. I don't see the point, he muttered. I can't undo the past. No, she agreed. But you can stop pretending it was fine. She turned the final card. Justice. He flinched. Nell leaned in. Her voice was quiet but unyielding. Not revenge, not balance. Through punishment, the card means accountability. The scales tipped by the weight of unspoken things. She paused. This, right now, she said, placing a finger on the table, is when ego sat at the table, not to speak, but to be seen. He looked down, and for the first time, he didn't argue. So what do I do with this? He asked finally, his voice low. It's not like I can make her see me differently. She already sees you, Nell said. That's the pain in her words. He rubbed his face, but no tears came. She said I ruined things, but I gave her everything I had. Nell looked at him, not with sympathy, but truth. You gave her everything, except the part that mattered. Your presence, your gentleness, and your ability to be wrong. Silence. He picked up the letter again, the one he had claimed to have already read. And this time he turned to the second page, his hand trembled. You taught me to fear the quiet because it meant you were building a storm. You called it discipline. It was terror in disguise. I'm not writing this to heal you. I'm writing it to finally heal myself. He folded it and then slowly placed it back in the envelope as though it was something sacred for the first time. I don't know who I am without all of this, he said, gesturing to the space between them, the control, the power, the knowing. You're someone who could still change, Nell said, if you let yourself sit at the table long enough without ego speaking to you. He nodded, but didn't speak again. He left the cards, left the letter, left the room with a heaviness that came from recognizing something he'd spent a lifetime outrunning. And now, she sat quietly, hands around her tea, still warm. There had been no breakthrough, No Hollywood ending. Just a man who finally heard the sound of his own silence. So here is a direct message to any man listening, or any woman for that matter. And if you are that person, or that man, maybe the one in the story, and you're just one step away, then know this: it's not too late. Not to become someone your daughter feels safe with, not to become someone your son can learn a better way from, not to stop the pattern from being passed down like a curse, dressed up as strength, but to become someone your daughter feels safe with, but to become someone your son can learn a better way from, but to stop that pattern being passed down like a curse, dressed up as strength. Your silence won't heal them, but your awareness might. Your willingness to sit with this, not defend, not justify, but see it. It might just be the first thing you've ever done for them instead of to them. And if that's the only thing you ever get right, it will be enough to begin. So I'm going to close with this: the table of the mind. Picture a long wooden table. At one end, you sit, and around it are the voices you've listened to all your life. The voice of your doubt, the voice of your defense, the voice that says, don't cry, don't feel, win. And further down, a quieter voice, not small, but still. This is your higher self. It doesn't speak first, but it speaks with clarity. You do not have to shout to hear it. Just slide your chair a little closer. Breathe in and out, and listen. So thank you for being with us in this story. Not every tale ends in healing. Some simply begin in truth, and that's enough. If this story brought something to the surface, don't turn away. Sit with it. Read the letters you were too scared to open. Write the words no one ever dared say to you, or that you never dared to say to someone else. And remember, ego will always try to speak for you, but you can choose who sits at your table. Until next time.